So errors and omissions, often referred to as E&O, and professional liability can sometimes be interchangeable. In general, though, most people have no idea what they mean. And so I just wanted to kind of walk through those coverages forms a little bit and what they mean, why they're important, and who should get them. A lot of times people think about professional liability and you're going to think about like doctors and nurses, which obviously totally need that coverage. And that's covering them if they make a mistake, do the wrong type of treatment, use the wrong type of medicine or something along those lines, operate on the wrong leg, God forbid. Those are the sort of things that professional liability covers in the medical field, right? It's a big, huge industry with lots of nuances, and I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole. If you're in the medical field, you probably already understand that you need professional liability to cover what you do as a doctor or a nurse or a dentist. But a lot of times people don't understand there's a need for professional liability or E&O coverage in other types of fields as well. So for instance, as an insurance agent, I also carry a type of professional liability, errors and omissions, E&O. And it's important for me to carry because I could make a mistake on somebody's policy, or someone in my staff could make a mistake. So it might be something as simple as maybe forgetting to add a driver or a vehicle to the policy, or maybe we forgot to put the comprehensive on when we had our meeting and you said, yeah, add comprehensive coverage, and then we forget to add it. There's a comprehensive claim, you don't have the coverage. That goes back to errors and omissions. And it says, hey, Mr. Insurance Agent, you made a mistake when you were putting this policy together. You forgot to do something you were supposed to do. And as a result, there's a claim that's not covered on the insurance policy of the customer. So then it goes on my insurance policy and my insurance will pay for it. So errors and omissions is in insurance. Errors and omissions is something that accountants should have, or bookkeepers, because you could make a mistake as a bookkeeper or an accountant where you forget to journal something or you don't record it accurately. And then as a result, there's a financial liability to the customer. In general, what errors and omissions does is it covers your work. Liability, general liability insurance, covers damage caused by your work. And I know it seems like a nuance. And so some people are like, well, isn't that the same thing? Like, well, not exactly. A good example would be if I'm a contractor and I'm an electrician, I wire out the building. So we run all the wires, electrical, lights, all that sort of stuff, the outlets, and we do that part wrong. As a result of what we did, though, it causes a fire in the building. The building burns to the ground, worst case scenario. My general liability insurance would cover the damage caused to the whole building. So the whole building burned to the ground, general liability covers the building being rebuilt. General liability does not cover my work. So it would not cover the wire to be rewired. It's not going to cover the electrical being redone throughout the building because that was my work. Another example would be a mechanic. They're changing oil in a car and they forget to put the plug in tight enough. As a result, the oil leaks out, the engine seizes. They weren't working on the engine at this point. They were just changing the oil. The engine seized up. The liability of the shop would cover the damage to the engine. It wouldn't cover the damage to the oil pan or the plug, the oil plug that they forgot to, or they maybe stripped it out, over tightened it or something. That wouldn't be covered because that's what they were doing. That's their work. But the damage caused by their work would be covered under general liability. Professional liability, or errors and omissions, covers your work. In a nutshell, that's really what it's looking at. It's saying, hey, general liability covers damage caused by your work to a third party or something else. Errors and omissions, professional liability, covers what your work was. Another example, sorry if I'm boring you guys with examples, janitorial though. This one comes up and we had a customer that this happened to. He was a carpet cleaner, and when he was cleaning somebody's carpet, he used the wrong chemicals because it was a wool carpet, and it damaged the wool carpet to the point where it had to be replaced. That was covered under his errors and omissions policy because it was his work. He made an error and used the wrong type of cleaning solution on the carpet, which damaged the carpet. Now, if when he was doing that and he swung around his carpet cleaner and it hit a vase and knocked it onto the floor and broke it, that would be general liability because that's not his work. He wasn't there to do anything with the vase. He was there to clean the carpet.